Come make my water of the day. Now you're gonna need a lot of ice, need more ice than water. Now for the flavor, we're gonna be doing a blue raspberry Jolly Rancher flavor packet. Now the flavor packet is probably not enough, so we're gonna add some sugar, a little tiny bit of sugar. That should be probably a bit more. Yeah, that's probably good. Now I made this vanilla cold foam with marshmallow fluff and strawberry syrup here. Last but not least, we got the glitter. This is what it's looking like. I'm gonna take this to work with me.
What if I told you one of the most viral wellness trends in America isn't actually about water at all? Because for years now, TikTok has been obsessed with something called Watertok, where people don't just drink water, they engineer it.
Regaining steam on social media, hashtag Watertok.
Flavor sticks, syrups, artificial sweeteners, edible glitter, candy toppings, water recipes, entire water bars. And it sparked a question: can Americans still drink plain water, or do we need to flavor it into submission first? Today, we're breaking down the insane number of water flavor options in US grocery stores, the viral water of the day culture, why so many people say they can't drink plain water, whether these drinks even count as water anymore, and the overlooked health implications. Stick around till the end because I'll also share healthier alternatives that don't feel like punishment, and questions guaranteed to start debates in the comments. Let's get right into it. Walk into a US grocery store and head to the drink aisle. You'll find powdered drink mix sticks like Sunkist, Starburst, Welch's, Skittles, Tang, Jolly Rancher, Nerds, High C. Some even mimic soda brands like A&W Root Beer and Canada Dry Ginger Ale, and that's just the powder sticks. Then there are liquid squeeze bottles, Mio, Crystal Light, and dozens of others promising zero sugar, 0 calories, maximum flavor. In other words, water that tastes like candy, soda, or juice, allegedly without the guilt. Which of these flavors surprised you the most? Would you try any of these?
Water of the day.
Let's make my water of the day.
My water of the day. Today I am going to be doing green grass. Touch some grass. Jolly Rancher, green apple, Skittles, kiwi lime. I'm going to start with this one first. And remember, go outside, touch some grass.
Scroll Watertok and you'll see endless Make My Water of the Day with Me videos over and over again.
Wild berry punch Skittles packet. Add in this mermaid syrup. Look at that. Beautiful. Let's mix it and get a little test. Oh, so good.
People often mix together multiple flavor packets and several syrup pumps.
Sonic Cherry Limeade. That Starburst Pink Strawberry Cotton Candy. And last but not least, we are going to use Skinny Mix's Cotton Candy. We're going to use this one up though. And just put in a couple of squirts. I'm just going to use the rest. She is so sweet.
1, 2 peaches. 1, 2, 1 strawberry. Maybe 2.
Some even add edible glitter,
Dazzle Dust, which is just edible glitter. Look at that. Shining, shimmering, splendid.
Razzle dazzle. We're gonna do a little gold glitter in there too. Oh, look at that. That looks so cool.
candy pieces, and gummy bears.
We're gonna add some gummy bears to our water.
And they give these drinks names like pickle lemonade water, pink wedding cake water, fruit roll-up water, unicorn water.
Today, let's make a watermelon rings water.
Candy Carnival.
Orange, pineapple, passion fruit, coconut water.
So just like that, you've got wedding cake water.
Let's make a sour gummy worm water.
Some people say this is more so performance art than it is hydration.
We've got cotton candy, coconut, and unicorn.
Add a little bit of strawberry and some cotton candy syrup. We're gonna take all 3 of our flavor packets and dump them in at the same time.
If water has to be reinvented, renamed, and sweetened just to be tolerable,
Blue Typhoon, Skittles, Green Apple.
2 pumps of the unicorn.
So 2 coconut and then 2 of the vanilla almond.
What does that say about our relationship with food and flavor in America?
Do you ever get overwhelmed by all your drink packets?
This is what mine looks like.
Do you guys remember the flavor bar for Watertok?
We completed our water bar and I'm so excited.
Then there's the water bar trend. Entire shelves, drawers, organized rainbow collections of powder sticks, syrups, sweeteners. People proudly show off hundreds of options.
This is all Starburst flavors, this is all Sonic flavors, and Country Time Strawberry Lemonade. And this is all Sunkist flavors, this is all Jelly Belly flavors, and then the big one in the middle, I put all the Skittles flavors.
Which makes me so happy. Look, this one spins, and then in here we have all the packets, and that spins.
And it's not just at home anymore. There are videos of people setting up water bars in schools, in offices, even in workplaces, so everyone can customize their water throughout the day. At that point, water stops being something you drink and starts being something you design. For some viewers, the takeaway becomes if water doesn't taste like candy, it's not worth drinking. Are water bars the future of hydration or proof we've gone too far?
Why it's so hard for y'all to drink regular water? Y'all just drinking water with stuff in it. Y'all don't drink straight water. What's going on?
One of the most common comments on Watertok videos is, "I hate water. I literally can't drink it unless it's flavored. I'll get dehydrated if I don't add something." This isn't rare. It's become shockingly normalized. For some people, hitting their daily water goal doesn't mean just drinking water. It means turning it into something sweeter, brighter, and more stimulating.
What do you mean you just can't drink plain water? What do you mean by that? You just can't stand the taste of like regular plain water?
One TikTok user summed up a potential reason for this. A lot of us were raised on diluted juice, and even though the intention was good, it may have taught our taste buds to expect sweetness from a young age, making plain water feel boring later. At that point, hydration isn't just about thirst, it's about flavor management. So here's the uncomfortable question. Is this just a harmless personal preference, or is it a cultural problem we've quietly accepted without questioning?
If you add Mio or Crystal Light or anything to water, is it still water?
Here's where the debate explodes. One side says, it's still water. You're hydrating. Who cares? The other side says, if it has sweeteners, dyes, and additives, it's not just water anymore.
What do you mean you're gonna put in a packet of Crystal Light, a bunch of sugar-free syrup that's probably all aspartame, along with like some champagne shimmer, pixie dust, or whatever? That is not water. That is a sugar alternative drink.
And honestly, both sides have a point. Some TikTok and Reddit users argue that by their definitions, drinks like Kool-Aid or even iced tea still count as water, which completely throws the debate through a loop. What's your take on this debate? Are these still classified as water? But here's where things get even more interesting.
I love my water flavoring. I've been drinking the ones that are all over everywhere. These have artificial colors in them. Red number 40, artificial colors.
Most water flavor products contain artificial flavors. I have an entire separate video on that topic alone that you can watch next. They also often contain food dyes like red number 40, found in many strawberry and cherry flavors, yellow number 5, common in lemon, lime, and tropical blends, and blue number 1, used in blue raspberry and berry flavors. Examples include Skittles sticks, Jolly Rancher sticks, Sonic Ocean Water sticks. But the only concern isn't flavor or color, it's what makes these drinks sweet.
So I have to quit the Watertok. These little packets in my body do not like each other. Getting really bad headaches, which aspartame is in most of these packets. I know that a lot of people are sensitive to aspartame. I am one of them, apparently. I have been the same weight for years, and I noticed that I was bloated. If you have any gut issues, they can cause massive flare-ups. Felt bloated. I felt like I was like getting all this weight in my midsection.
Almost every Watertok drink relies on aspartame, sucralose, or acesulfame potassium, and people typically don't just use one packet. They use 2 or 3, multiple times every single day.
1 packet of strawberry, 1 packet of cherry, half a packet of grape. And it's certainly like you're eating the candy, but without all the calories.
Let's talk about what science actually says in plain English.
I used to be the Watertok queen. I started noticing how sick I was getting and feeling. Bad digestive issues, constant headaches, constant fatigue. And it turned out that it was the excessive amount of aspartame. I would have 2 or 3 Watertok waters a day, because getting your water intake that much aspartame is not good for you. I didn't listen to people in my life telling me how bad aspartame is and diet stuff is until I started having actual health issues.
Aspartame is 180 to 200 times sweeter than sugar. Sounds efficient, right? But according to the National Library of Medicine, aspartame has been linked to type 2 diabetes. It breaks down into methanol, which converts into formaldehyde in the body. Formaldehyde can interact with DNA and proteins and has been associated with headaches, seizures, depression, and has been linked to higher risks of neurodegenerative conditions like Alzheimer's and Parkinson's. This doesn't mean one packet will ruin your life, but what happens when people consume it daily, multiple times a day, thinking it's entirely harmless?
You guys, I literally have been using them for like years.
Do you trust artificial sweeteners, or do you try to avoid them?
Because these are so much sweeter than your normal sugars, I was literally getting addicted to these. Like, I was like, plain water, no, and I used to be able to drink just plain water all the time.
Harvard points out something most people never consider. Artificial sweeteners don't just replace sugar, they change your taste perception because they're hyper sweet. Over time, fruit tastes less sweet, vegetables taste bland, natural flavors become boring, your brain adapts, and suddenly, real food doesn't hit anymore.
It creates an addiction cycle, and it starts to trigger cravings. So by exposing yourself to this much sweetness, you then start craving and becoming addicted to sweet substances all day long.
Harvard also notes the psychological effect. People often compensate. I drank diet, so dessert is fine. Does 0 calories actually help, or just trick our brains?
This is how Watertok made me fat. Now you might be saying like, what? Water? It's 0 calorie, it's 0 free. The punchline is, when you're not used to consuming artificial sweeteners like this, your body will blow up like a puffer fish. I have lost 50 pounds in the past, so when I saw these on TikTok, I was like, I have to have them. I realized the only thing I have added into my life were these sugars. Literally cut these out for 24 hours, dropped 6 pounds. I was so bloated from these waters, and you know what? I'm just gonna go back to drinking my gallon a day of plain water. Lemon water. Maybe I'll make it fun and add mint.
The Endocrine Society found that sucralose promotes fat storage at the cellular level, increases glucose transport into fat cells, triggers inflammation, slows metabolism. In people with obesity or insulin resistance, the effects were much stronger. And remember, some Watertok drinks use multiple packets containing sucralose per bottle several times a day. Is that still healthy hydration? If you're enjoying this breakdown into American food culture and trends, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss our videos. So what's the alternative? This isn't about shame, and it's not about never enjoying flavored water again. It's about moderation and awareness. More health-conscious options include adding fresh or frozen fruit to water, including sliced lemon or lime, adding mint or basil leaves, iced herbal teas, which come in a wide range of flavors, coconut water, electrolyte blends without aspartame, sucralose, or artificial flavors.
Fill a cup with ice, and you're gonna grab a blender, add about a cup of your favorite coconut water, then you're gonna add about a 4th cup of whatever berries you want. I'm gonna do some frozen blueberries and the juice of half a lemon. I'm gonna do about a teaspoon of maple syrup and a pinch of salt for electrolytes. I'm just gonna blend this all together. I like mine smooth, so I'm just gonna strain it. Now I'll just top it off with the rest of the coconut water. It's so good, refreshing, hydrating.
You still get flavor without turning hydration into dessert or altering your taste buds to accept only hyper-sweet tastes. The debate for if these are technically still just water stands with some of these, but they're still wiser choices overall. If you're looking for prepackaged, next to no effort, slightly healthier alternatives, I'll be linking some options in the video description. I actually have a nutrition degree, so helping find alternatives is kind of my thing. Watertok isn't just about water. It's about our relationship with sweetness, our tolerance for strong artificial flavors, and how far we've gone to avoid anything plain. So here's the real question. Are Americans creatively customizing water, or are we so conditioned to sweetness that plain water isn't enough anymore? If it needs glitter, candy, and a name, is this actually helping people drink more water or creating a new addiction? Drop your take in the comments, because this one is guaranteed to divide people. And if you enjoyed this deep dive into Watertok and American food culture, make sure to subscribe, like, and share this with someone who refuses to drink plain water. Make sure to turn notifications on so you never miss our videos.